to do this in the last couple of weeks. Good afternoon. It's Wednesday. It's May 15th, right smack dab in the middle of the month. You know it. You love it. We've been doing it since the last fall. Wet Your Whistle Wednesday, brought to you by our friends at Defiance Ridge Vineyards. And I know a lot of you told me that you went out and saw that 80s band out there. I heard it was packed. Mother's Day weekend was packed with a great brunch. And there are some incredible musicians that are coming up. I was just taking a look at the calendar. If you've never been to Defiance Ridge Vineyards, let's just tease you a little bit. There you go. If you've never been, you need to get there. I'm sitting out by the pool. My friend Chuck Gillentine, the owner of Defiance Ridge Vineyards, you're at home as well, aren't you?
I am. I'm at home. Dog watching.
Dog
watching two little Frenchies.
Well, we are going to be back out to see you in person at Defiance Ridge Vineyards next week. We will be there live, and we would love for you to come out as well. Let's just kind of recap and see how things have been. I was told by some friends that came out and saw that 80s band. How was that?
It was packed.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was a great night, beautiful night. Then last Friday night was it was the same thing. We sold out both of those events. Two beautiful nights, two great concerts. I think we sold 650 tickets to each event.
Holy cow!
It was a fun night, and a lot of people brought their chairs out and sat by down in the grass and listened to the music. And it was two beautiful nights. I hope we have another one Friday night. I know there could be some rain during the day, but what's the weatherman say about that?
Well, actually, tomorrow's our bad day, or could possibly be our bad day in the afternoon and in the evening. It actually looks better as we head into the weekend. I think you should be fine, but we'll check in with Beckett tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell him you're asking.
Days got a lot of rain out in Defiance, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm sure. I know there was a lot of flooding issues. It's been crazy. I purposely came outside so you all could hear it. If I'm really quiet, you hear the cicadas?
I saw them today.
Oh, you saw them? I don't have them all over the grass, thankfully.
We have a bunch of them out in one tree.
You have a bunch out there? My dog's out here right now. I gotta make sure she doesn't eat them.
Well, there's a lot of people that eat them, so it's a lot of cicada recipes.
Yeah, what kind of wine goes with cicadas?
I would think something sweet.
If you're just tuning in, Wet Your Whistle Wednesday, and we do it for you every Wednesday at 4:00. We haven't had a chance to see our friend Chuck in the last couple of weeks. Weather created a problem with one of the days, and I think it was a holiday or something at the beginning of the month that we were bypassing, but we are going in now to featuring a lot of different wines. One of them is brand new. I was actually looking on your website, and I said, Chuck, I can't find it. Viognier. It's a brand new wine. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a Rhone grape that's actually grown on the West Coast and Central Coast, California, and Sonoma, and it's a very unique tasting wine. It's rich like a Chardonnay. This one is as clean as can be. It's very peachy. And peachy, and it's got an incredible nose. When I was out visiting my winemaker friend in Sonoma last fall, he wanted me to put this on our menu, and when I tasted it, I do like Viognier a lot. Some of the Rhone Viogniers can be overpowering.
Yeah.
It's used as a blending grape for red wine and with Syrah and both Rhone areas, but it can be kind of overpowering at times.
Really?
But this one is delicious and beautiful, and I hope you can try it next week.
Exactly, and so I felt a little left out, so here's what I did. It was interesting that I thought, "What am I gonna pick to have to drink with Chuck since I'm not there in front of him and I can't get a hold of this particular one?" So here's what I'm doing. I'm gonna make this big, and it's ironic because I watched something with this woman all afternoon. So here's what I'm having, and I have to have you try this sometime. This is Two Wolves wine. This is actually from Alicia Moore, better known as Pink. It's hard to get, and I was watching a podcast with her, and I'm not familiar with the winery, but a winery on the West Coast. I was like, how in the heck did he get this interview with Pink? I was like, dang it. Anyway, this is a Sauvignon Blanc. This is a 2022. So I can at least make the noise of pouring.
Yeah.
There we go. Everyone, grab whatever you would like and tip back with us. I'm not sure that this is going to be as good as what you're drinking because I got to taste that next week. Tell us a little bit about the Viognier and what would we best serve with it.
Well, it pairs with spices. It also pairs with white meat and salmon, poached salmon, root vegetables, pork. I'm gonna drink it tonight with some chicken thighs that I'm marinating right now, and
You and the
we'll
dog.
slip those little babies in after a while, and that's going to be the wine of choice tonight.
So
And
again,
I actually got root vegetables too that I'm
oh,
gonna that I made up yesterday, and we'll probably put them on the grill with them. So
fantastic. If you're just tuning in again, Chuck Gillentine with Defiance Ridge Vineyards. If you haven't been out there, and again, I went to the website looking for it, but as he said, it's new. But here's some of the wines that you can actually purchase online or when you go into their location. You can go onto the website, by the way, defianceridgevineyards.com, and check out the ones that you like. We've been featuring several over the last several weeks. And if you've never been, here's just kind of a view for you. The outside patio, I'm sure, is going to be busy. If it's not, obviously already today, that's a view of the
it was
house.
busy today. Yes,
Huh?
and we had a full patio today. I was very pleased with that.
I'm sure. Well, it's beautiful. This is the pick day of the week for sure. Tomorrow, people might be huddling inside if they're out there. If they haven't been, your hours at the winery are
11 to 5 on the weekdays. Uh, During the concert series, we are closing Friday at 3 because we reopen at 4.
oh, okay.
And the line at the door at 4 o'clock is kind of crazy because it's first come first serve. So if you're not there early, you're going to have to set back a little bit, which I prefer because the music you can hear anywhere, and
Right.
if you have a table of friends, it's kind of fun.
Everybody likes to
To
stake out their favorite spot, though.
Yeah, they do. They certainly do.
Yeah, you can go over the
And
bridge and go down near the gazebo where the bands are actually playing, or sit back, or you can go onto the hill, play some games, walk down into the vineyard. It's beautiful, the acreage there, if you've never been before. Again, Defiance Ridge Vineyards off 94. We're hearing, I'm sorry, Carrie Samuelson wrote and said a ministry that she supports is having a gala there, Mother's Inn at Defiance Ridge on Thursday, September 26th. I'm sorry, Our Ladies Inn.
Our Ladies In. We have our Ladies In every year.
Oh, very
Uh,
cool.
yes, always in September. Yes.
Well, awesome. Well, hello to all of you that are signing on. Let us know where you're watching from, which platform also. I always like to know where that is. We are almost into June, which is big wedding season, Chuck. Do you have a lot of weddings on the books?
We have 3 next weekend,
Oh, wow.
on Memorial Day weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. And then June, they're all Saturday night weddings. All the Friday nights are music events.
Hmm.
In fact, going forward, we may, unless we get a really nice wedding, we may just reserve all the Friday nights in June, July, and August going forward with the music.
With music?
They, yeah, they seem to be very popular. And down the road, we plan to build another event center on the other side of the lake, a barn, event barn, and then we can do both. So
Well,
hopefully that as soon as these interest rates will come down. I had a meeting with the bank today, and they're begging for business.
the interest rates are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Chuck and I were talking before we signed on about your swans. Their names are Augusta and Defiance, but you said you're going to try to rename them. Why is that?
We've already renamed them.
And their
You
names
know,
are?
people were just telling me it was boring. So we're on a camping trip and floating with a good friend from Wisconsin. And he looked at me and said, "You need to name them Shits and Giggles after Shits Creek." You
Yes.
know, and I looked at him and I said, "You know what? That makes a lot of sense."
Well, he was
So
telling me
we
that
officially have new names.
so Shits and Giggles, if you want to come out and see the swans, they're absolutely beautiful. If you've not been to Defiance Ridge, by the way, as you pull up this gorgeous pond that you'll see, a lot of parking. It's ample parking for you to enjoy your time there. But Chuck was saying that one of them is very much earning its name. You saw, was it Shits that was going off
No,
his 90, or was it Giggles?
Giggles is a female, and Giggles is at the pond next door right now.
Oh,
And we were instructed to fence them in for 4 or 5 weeks. We actually did it 2 months. Um, and last weekend they took a little walk. They can't fly, but they took a little walk, and we got the male back, but the female decided to go left and ended up in a neighbor's pond.
oh
And
no.
it's a very large pond, and we're having a rough time getting Giggles out, even though people are acting like shit. So,
Exactly. I would have thought it was Shits doing it.
well, he's pretty upset. He's not eating well right now. So,
Oh,
they don't like to be alone. And
that's right.
anyhow,
Don't they mate for life?
yeah, they do. And Murph, God bless his soul, and my son Justin and two other guys tried to catch him for the last 3 days, and they're not the swan whisperers. So
What?
anyway,
Okay.
we need to find one.
What do the swans eat?
We feed them grain, a
Okay.
specific swan food. We try to tell people do not feed them because
Yeah.
this grain works really well with them, and they're used to it. We have a bucket, a little lever that we fill, daily, and they just come eat when they want. So we've
So,
been taking Giggles some food next door.
so when you go
Um,
out there, don't try to feed them. That's a big thing.
yeah,
Let me
please
let
don't.
me
It's not
let me
good.
welcome you all in. 4:15 in the afternoon, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, wait a minute! I didn't know you were on in the afternoon." We are on Wednesdays, and there's also some days where we might do a happy hour or an evening show. We've got some bookings coming up that I'll tell you about at the end of the show today. Melissa said hi from Jonesburg. Well, thank you for taking us along. I love when people take us and travel around. They don't want to miss any part of the show. If you have any questions, by the way, or anything that you ever hear us talk about on Wet Your Whistle Wednesdays that you would like to know more information about, let me know. You were just mentioning the music. I'm going to go to your website, and I was looking at the calendar. I have several that I was putting on my calendar this afternoon that I want to grab some friends and family. Go to defianceridgevineyards.com, click on their calendar. They are closing at 3 p.m. for a private event this Friday, but then just listen to this rundown. The summer concert series with the Mighty Pines, that's on Friday, 4 o'clock to 9:30. Trixie Delight
Our
Duo.
tickets available left for that.
Huh?
I said there are tickets left for that.
Okay, good. The Trixie Delight Duo, that'll be on Saturday. And then they have one of those sip, savor, and shops, which I absolutely love. So if you like to do a little shopping and have some good food and some drinks, that'll be from 11 to 4 on Sunday. We're talking about Garden Party, the Charles Glenn Duo. He's got the most fabulous voice. Scott and Carl are always a lot of fun. But as I went down, I saw Hudson and the Hoodoo Cats, who I haven't seen in years. They'll be out there on Saturday, June 1st. And then Steve Ewing, who's behind Steve's Hot Dogs, will be there on Saturday, June 8th. Such a good artist. And then if you go way down on the page, I saw Dr. Gervais on June 28th. Super excited about that. They are always a good time. And again, you're going to find the music that you love most, but you have some incredible bookings, my friend.
We do. My son's done a really nice job. He's got some connections in the business, and he works it very hard. So Trevor does a great job.
Absolutely. So again, look on their website and find a band that you love. Jillian, good afternoon to you as well. We're talking about Adelaide is barking, I think, at a snake in the background. The
I'll catch
dogs.
you soon.
Yep, it's got to be a snake. It's got to be a Viognier. That is what we're featuring today, and we've gave you a little bit of some background on it. Again, full-bodied white. He said it is the only white wine that is grown in the Northern Rhone Valley in France. Very aromatic, rich, and can be similar to a Chardonnay. But the difference, however, a lot of people ask normally, Chuck, about Chardonnays, and they say, well, sometimes they taste more buttery, other times they don't. What's the reasoning in the change of a Chardonnay?
Oh, if they're buttery tasted, they've gone through malolactic fermentation. So it's gone through two fermentations. They're turning one acid to another to more of a milk acid, which creates a buttery taste and and things like that. Now, the Viognier normally is a stainless wine, and but it's rich. And notice the new label. That's our first series
Yes,
on the 1897 label.
I was going to ask
That
you about that.
that is the farmhouse back in 1897.
Oh wow,
Picture of it as it stood, and little history on the back of the label, which I should have sent that to you, but I didn't.
that's
But
okay.
you'll see it next week. So we have a whole series of, I think, 12 wines coming out this year with the 1897 label.
Oh, fabulous! So this is the first in the series.
This is the first. We have two champagnes in right now. We're bottling six reds at the end of May in Sonoma. And then our Norton Reserve will be under this label, 1897.
1897. A lot of history there. And when you go into Defiance Ridge, you'll see a bunch of pictures on the wall in the tasting room area. Ask questions to Chuck or the staff about all of those. It's really fascinating to go back and think what was there all those years ago.
Quite a historical little town there.
Right? Yeah.
We've got a great little plat mat that goes back to, I think, late 1800s
Wow.
with all the owners of all the property, and it's pretty cool.
Again, we're talking about the Viognier, the first in the series of the 1897 series, and more to come as well. We were talking about what it pairs well with as well. History going back again to the Roman Empire, flavors of honey and apricot and stone fruit. He also said it was a little peachy, sometimes blended with Syrah, very small amounts to create some floral flavors, and then tone down the very dark Syrah. I'm a huge Syrah fan, however. We talked about what it would pair with if you're just tuning in. The Viognier, he talked about sweet spices like chicken, if you want to make pork, poached salmon, glazed hams, roasted root veggies, which is what is he having tonight? Um,
Oh,
yeah. So I also want to talk about, besides me mentioning what was on the calendar with regards to music, I'm very big on also talking about people going out and experiencing your dinners. Tell me how the Mexican dinner went, because that's the one I missed.
oh, it was great. You would have loved this lady. She's fabulous, full of energy, and no, she's actually a certified tequila specialist.
Wow.
And it was a great night. You know, we went through three tequilas and two mezcals, and they were all special, things that you just can't get. And it was interesting. They paired, you know, we had little thimbles, shots or whatever with the food
Yeah.
pairings, and you know, it's amazing how things work. But it was great. She was super, and uh, she gave us a few recipes and for drinks, and that was fun.
Very cool. And that was the first time you've ever done anything like that, right?
Yeah, that's the first time we've done some bourbon dinners, but this was the first with tequila.
I love it. So these are the kind of things, very unique things that you can be a part of out at Defiance Ridge. So you've got your next cellar dinner series coming up on Wednesday, May 22nd. You want to talk about that one? Cabin Creek Farm?
Yeah, that's John O'Connell. One of my partners has a cabin out at the Boone Valley, and he offered it up for use, and it's not the exotic menus that we've been doing because we have to kind of do things there, and but it's still a great little menu. I think we got room for 32 people, and I think we're about 24 right now.
Oh, good.
So it should be an incredible evening. It'd be a lot of fun. He's
So
got a
about
beautiful property.
so about 8 tickets left for that. Where is it located?
It's just on the other side of Boone Valley Golf Course,
Oh, okay.
out in I guess Augusta, Defiance in between.
Okay.
So it's it's just a really cool piece of property.
Again, when
Can't I've been there a few times. What he's done with it,
that one
his
again
log
is
cabin, old log cabin, and long tables inside, and looking out to gorgeous lake, and it's it's going to be quite a treat.
So I'm talking about Wednesday, May 22nd for that one. It's 6 to 9 in the evening. Looks like there's about 8 tickets left, he had said. It's a 5-course dinner with wine pairings, $200 per person. That includes gratuity. Wine club price, though, if you're a part of their wine club, you get a discount. So that would be $180 per person. And let me just
Yes.
tease you a little bit with the courses. First course is a potato and corn chowder that they'll serve with a Riesling. Second course, fresh spinach and strawberry salad with a rosé. The third course is a roasted balsamic chicken with Brussels sprouts. Yum. With, Pinot Noir. That's a great pairing. The marinated flank steak with smashed potatoes will go with, I went here. It's in Napa. A 2013 Aonair Cabernet Sauvignon. Chuck introduced us to them. Wonderful place. And then the fifth course is a peach and
Well,
blueberry tart that he'll be doing with a brut. That sounds fabulous. In a cool setting.
it should be a great dinner. Yeah,
Yes.
it is. We're looking forward to it.
Again, all these very
It
unique
should be a good.
unique things that you can find on their website. So if you're looking for a great night out with friends, couples, or you want to go to a nice dinner, there's an opportunity for you that you can find on their website. So again, let's do a little toast together. The Viognier that you have and mine, it actually is good. This is a Sauvignon Blanc from Santa Barbara
I bet
County.
it is good.
It is. It's fabulous. Actually, I'm going to have you watch this because there's things she's talking about that just completely blew my mind. And then some of the wines that people were asking that she would do. So listen up. This is Alicia Moore, better known as Pink, and just part of a podcast that was taking place this afternoon.
I think about is our cement eggs and how they will not finish a ferment for the last 2 years. And so I'm really excited about possibly getting rid of them.
Make you feel better. If it makes you feel better, our concrete eggs never finish fermenting either. Seems like maybe a structural flaw in concrete eggs if nobody can get them actually to finish fermenting. But
yeah. Okay, well, that's good to know. Good to know.
9 months later, 10 months later, they're really good.
Yeah, maybe we should just come back. We're replanting. Yes, we are replanting. Very excited about that. 2 varietals that I'm obsessed with. One, thanks to you guys, which is Vermentino and Pecorino. I've become obsessed. Allison has been begging me to plant something Italian for a very, very long time. And she's finally, we lost a 4-year battle with, oh my God, my mind just went blank. Mealybugs. Mealybugs. I was about to say mealworms. I'm like, that's not right. We lost a 4-year battle with. And we tried everything. We tried peeling back the bark, spraying with grain alcohol, seduce, you name it. And it just started spreading into other areas. So we gave up the fight and we pulled out 2 blocks. And we've left the soil now for what? Has it been 5 years? Yeah, it's been a while. So, yeah, we're talking about planting some Vermentino and Pecorino, which I'm really, 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 really stupid excited about. And as the vines get older, the wine changes and becomes more and more delicious. And it's a really interesting ride that we're on. And our Semillon, skin contact Semillon, which is what we're tasting right now, is God darn.
It was so fun to watch, Chuck. Again, that's Alicia Moore, better known as Pink. And I don't think a lot of people know that she is actually a winemaker. She studied under some of the best. And then you can't go to her winery, unfortunately. I wish we could. I wish we could bring her in, Chuck, and do something special.
Yeah,
Let's
pull
make
those
it happen.
punches. We'd love to do that. Yes.
So I was, some of the stuff was so over my head, and then she's talking about varietals I've never heard of before. So do you know about those?
No, I do not. They're so obscure. There's thousands of great varietals, and those obscure ones you never hear anything about. That it's. I'd love to taste it though.
Right? I was like, Pecorino. Wait a minute, that sounds like cheese.
You gotta get there to do it somehow.
Yeah, again, we love to talk wine on our Wet Your Whistle Wednesday. I thought you might enjoy that a little bit, everybody, just seeing Pink in a different element because people always say, Monica, what are you talking about? She doesn't make wine. Yes, she does. And then, of course, she's incredible when she's coming in the fall. If you haven't purchased tickets for her concert yet, it's going to be amazing. Jillian just said, I love Pink. I've seen her 2 times in concert and have had her wines. Have you really? It's amazing. So, what I understand is she's starting to try to get out more and wanting to get into some different restaurants, etc. So it's nice to see. And when she comes to St. Louis, we're going to try to see if we can do something with her, which I think would be incredible. I think we need to take her out to Defiance Ridge and have her try what you're
Great
doing.
idea.
That's a great idea.
Yes.
I love it. All right. So next Wednesday, we are going to be back in person with Chuck. Do you have any idea what you want to feature next week?
I think we'll feature a couple of things.
Oh,
We need to do a couple of new things. So, uh, one will be one of the sparklings for sure,
okay.
and our Oregon wines may be in by then. They're
Oh,
supposed to be picked up tomorrow, in fact. So, if that's the case, maybe you'll have something there too.
fantastic. How about you want to do a sparkling and a red, or do you want to do sparkling and a white?
It may be a sparkling and a white,
Okay. Beautiful.
maybe.
And by the way,
So,
anybody that ever wants to come out there while we're doing, I know a lot of people like to see the behind the scenes stuff. If you, because now they're open later, if you would like to come while Chuck and I are doing the live broadcast, please, we welcome you out. We start at 4:00 in the afternoon on Wednesday with our Wet Your Whistle Wednesday series. And we'd love to see you. I know there's a lot of you that went out there. You told me in the last couple of weeks had never been there and then kind of continued on. I want to give a shout out to someone who's getting ready to open in Defiance. There's a lot of really great growth that's happening and a lot of positivity that's being brought to the area. So just down from Chuck, if you can continue on 94, I met Tiffany Winkler, who is opening Circle 6, and that's going to be in the old kickstand bike building. She was out at the Farmers and Artisans Market. What a sweetheart she is and her whole family.
she comes out to our place a lot, and I think we'll probably have them for another farmhouse dinner this year too.
Oh, good.
We had
Good.
here, and they did quite well.
Yes, and so they have their farm just a few miles down the road, but they are opening this up, and she's hoping for Memorial Weekend, so a big grand opening there. And then I understand where Defiance Roadhouse is going to be Wenty's. They're opening up there, so some growth in Defiance again. It's nice to see.
Yeah, it's great. Winty's has got a good, they got a good system. I've been to Winty's several times, I like it, and I wish them great luck in Defiance.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing that Tiffany had mentioned. She's like, I just love how everybody supports everybody because it's all about a small business and really trying to bring everything back that kind of went dormant there for a while. So excited about all of this. And again, beautiful weather today. So still some opportunity. If you're watching this and you're like, hey, I'd like to go by for a drink, go by Defiance Ridge. If not, an opportunity this weekend to maybe see a good band and to enjoy some great food and some great wine. As always, my friend, wonderful to see you and looking forward to seeing you in person again next Wednesday.
Okay, we'll talk soon. Thank you.
All right, cheers.
You